Today we are going to start the simplex method. The linear programming problem involving two variables can be solved by using graphical method. But if more than two variables are there in given linear programming problem, then graphical method is first to solve that linear programming problem. So here we are going to introduce simplex method, which is used to solve the linear programming problem involving two or more than two variables. So in simplex method, what is our first step? Our first step is we have to convert the given linear programming problem in standard form. When we can say that the LPP is in standard form if it satisfies following properties. First property is objective function, either it may be of maximization type or minimization type. Then second is all the constraints are equations except non-negativity constraint. Then third property is right hand side constants value should be non-negative. If it is not non-negative, if it is negative, then it can be made non-negative by multiplying -1 to both sides, and all the variables are non-negative. So here in this standard form we need some extra variables. For that we have summarized the data. Our type of constraints, either it may be of less than or equal to type, it may be greater than or equal to type or equal to type. If the constraint is of less than or equal to type, we have to add one variable which is called as slack variable. Okay, and as it denotes the unused amount, the coefficient of that variable in objective function is 0, as it denotes the unused amount. Similarly, if our constraint is of less than or equal to type, then we have to add one variable which is called as surplus variable, and at the same time we have to add artificial variable. So again, surplus variable denotes the unused amount, its coefficient is 0, and for artificial variable, for maximization type, its coefficient is -n, and for minimization type, its coefficient is +n. When our type of constraint is of equal to type, that means it is equation, then here we need only artificial variable, and its coefficient for maximization is -n, and for minimization it is +n. So in simplest method, our first step is we have to convert the given LPP linear programming problem in standard form. Then we have to obtain the initial basic feasible solution. Then we have to apply the iterative technique. Cool. Now we will see the example which we have to solve by using simplex method. Here we have to consider this linear programming problem. Z is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 7x3. This is subject to this constraint and non-negativity constraint. So what is our first step? We have to convert the given LPP in standard form. For that, here constraint is of what? Less than or equal to type. So here we have to add slack variables in each of the constraint. So we have to write down the standard form of given LPP. Standard form of given LPP is max z is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 7x3 subject to constraint 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 4x3. Now here to convert this inequality into equation, we have to add one slack variable which we are denoting it by s1 plus s1, so that it will get converted into an equation. Second one is x1 plus 4x2 plus 2x3. Next, second slack variable is s2, we are denoting it by s2 equal to 100. Third slack variable x3 we are taking plus 3x3 plus s3, it is equal to 100. As this slack variable denotes the unused amount, its coefficient is 0 in objective function, so we have to add 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3, and here all the variables should be non-negative, so s1, s2, s3 greater than or equal to 0. This is our first step. We have to find out the standard form of given LPP. Next step is what? We have to find out the initial basic feasible solution. For that, here what we have to do? We have to consider the number of variables which we are denoting it by n, and number of equations which we are denoting it by n. So here we get an initial basic feasible solution by setting n minus n is equal to total 6 variables are there, minus 3 equations is equal to 3 variables equal to 0, we get an initial basic feasible solution. So here we will put x1, x2, x3 is equal to 0, so that we will get IBFS as s1 is equal to 100, s2 is equal to 100 and s3 is equal to 100. Therefore, put these three variables equal to 0. Therefore, we get an initial basic feasible solution as s1 is equal to 100, s2 is equal to 100 and s3 is equal to 100. After that, we have to improve this initial basic feasible solution by using iterative technique. For that, here we have to prepare initial simplex table. And now here, the variables which involves in initial basic feasible solution are called as basic variables, while rest of the variables are called as non-basic variable. Therefore, here S1, S2 and S3 are basic variables and x1, x2, x3 are non-basic variables. After that, to improve this initial basic feasible solution, we prepare initial simplex table as here it is CD, CJ, here it is XD, total 6 variables are there, and here x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3, non-basic and basic variables. Here this is CB is nothing but coefficient of basic variable. Here xp is nothing but basic variables. So we are getting here s1, s2, s3 as basic variables in IBFS. So its coefficients are 0, 0, 0 in standard form, 0, 0, 0. Here Cj is nothing but coefficient of the variables, all the variables in standard form. So it is 2, 3, 7, 0, 0, 0. Now here this is nothing but the coefficient matrix of the constraints in standard form. That means we have to write down this in matrix form, these equations. So here 3, 2, 4, 1, 0, 0. Here B is nothing but constants, that is 100. Second is 1, 4, 2, 0, 1, 0, 100. Third one is 1, 1, 3, 0, 0, 1 is equal to 100. Now after this initial simplex table, we have to check whether this is an optimal solution or not. For that, here we have to check the values of Zj minus Cj. If we are getting all the values of Zj minus Cj greater than or equal to 0, then we can say that this table or this is optimal solution. So here first we have to calculate Zj. For that, here we have to use Zj is equal to formula Cb into Xj, where J varies from 1 to 3. So here Cb, that means this factor, which is equal to 0, 0, 0. Xj for J is equal to 1, we are considering this column, that means this column vector 3, 1, 1. It is equal to, its multiplication is what? 0. So here we are getting Zj is equal to 0. Again all the entries are 0, so all the values of Zj will be 0. Next we will calculate Zj minus Cj, which is equal to Zj minus this Cj. 0 minus 2, it is minus 2. 0 minus 3, it is minus 3. 0 minus 7, it is minus 7. Here it is 0, 0 and 0. Now here check this, all the entries of this Zj minus Cj row. Here not all Zj minus Cj greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, this is not an optimal solution. So we have to improve this table. We have to now here we have to check all the entries in Zj minus C0. Here not all Zj minus C0 greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, this is not an optimal solution. So here we have to, in Zj minus C0, we have to consider the most negative element. And in this row, most negative element is minus 7. And minus 7 corresponds to the variable x3. Therefore, this x3 is entering variable. And corresponding column is called as key column. So here x3 is entering variable. And corresponding column is key column. Now here we have to find out the minimum ratio. Minimum ratio can be obtained by dividing each entries of this constant v by the key, each entry of the key column. So minimum ratio can be calculated by using b upon xj for this key column. So it is 100 divided by 4, it is equal to 25. 100 divided by 2, it is equal to 50. 100 divided by 3, it is equal to 33.33. Among these, the minimum ratio is 25, which corresponding to the first row. Therefore, corresponding row is called as key row, and the corresponding variable is called as outgoing variable, or it is also called as leading variable. So here S1 is leading variable. S1 is leading variable. So here in next iterative step, we will improve this table by here this basic variable. As this is leading variable, it will leave the first row. So here we will replace this S1 by x3 and its coefficient is 7. Rest of the variables S2 and S3. And here at the intersection of this key row and key column, we are getting an element which I have denoted it by a circle, which is called as pivot element. And here 4 is pivot element. Now we have to convert this pivot element into 1. Pivot element into 1 and corresponding entries into 0. Corresponding entries into 0. So here we will improve the table by applying a row operation. So here this can be converted into 1 by R1 by 4 operation. So we get 3 by 4, 2 by 4, that means it's 1 by 2. Here it is 1, 1 by 4, here it is 0, here it is 0, 100 by 4, that means it is 25. Next 1, 4, 2, 0, 1, 0, here it is 100. Third row is 1, 1, 3, 0, 0, 1, here it is 100. Now, after making this pivot element converted into 1, by making use of this 1, we have to make this 2 entries 0. So here we have to apply R2 minus 2R1 and R3 minus 3R1. So we get the next simplest table as converted the pivot element into 1. By making use of this one, we have to make these 2 entries 0. So we are performing R2 minus 2R1 and R3 minus 3R1. So here first row will remain as it is. In second row we are getting 1 minus 3 by 2. It is minus 1 by 2. 4 minus 1, that means it is 3. 2 minus 2, it is 0. 0 minus 2 into 1 by 4, that means it is minus 1 by 2. 1 minus 0, 1, 0. Here 100 minus 50, that means it is 50. Next is 1 minus, it is minus 5 by 4. 1 minus 3 by 2, it is minus 1 by 2. 3 minus 3, it is 0. 0 minus 3 by 4, it is minus 3 by 4. 0, here it is 1. 100 minus 75, that means it is 25. Now here again what we have to do, we have to find out the all values of Zj by using the same formula. Zj is equal to Cp into Hj. Here Cp is 700, here it is 7 into 3 by 4, it is equal to 21 by 4. 7 into, it is 7 by 2. Here 7 into 1, 7. Here it is 7 by 4. Here 0. Here it is 0. Now here we have to find out Zj minus Cj to obtain the to check whether the given solution is optimal or not. So here Zj minus Cj, 21 by 4 minus 2, that means it is 13 by 4. 7 by 2 minus 3, that means it is 1 by 2. It is 0. Here it is 7 by 4. Here it is 0. Here 0 minus 0, it is 0. Now see here, all the entries in Zj minus Cj all are greater than or equal to 0, and therefore this is an optimal solution. Here, since all Zj minus Cj greater than or equal to 0, therefore this is an optimal solution. And is given by, now here in basic variable column, x3 is equal to, x1 and x2 are not present, so it is equal to 0, and x3, here x3 is given by 25 in this solution, and therefore max z is equal to, or objective function is given by 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 7x3. Substitute the values of this x1, x2 and x3 in this objective function. 2 into 0 plus 3 into 0 plus 7 into 25. It is equal to 175, and therefore max z is equal to 175.